We wrap up day one of X Games Osaka with a little horsepower. Dirt bikes taking center stage as we welcome you now to Moto X Best Trick, live from the Kyocera Dome. What's happening, everybody? Brandon Graham alongside my co-pilot, Jimmy Coleman. And Jimmy, this storybook field of riders include a couple of the GOATs in this sport, as well as some familiar names that grew up here in Osaka.
Yeah, it's a short field, 5 riders, 3 Australians, 2 of which have been trading back and forth in the battles for gold over the last 15 contested X Games Moto X Best Tricks. And then you got a couple of guys in Taka Higashino and Jinky Watanabe. This one's more about medals for those two. This one's about playing to the hometown crowd.
Just 5 riders, as you said, in this group, including Taka Higashino, who we'll be getting into in just a little bit, why this particular stadium is so special to he and his career. But Jackson Strong trying to add to his collection of 17 X Games medals. Can he earn a 9th career gold medal out here tonight at X Games Osaka? We'll find out soon enough.
Jackson Strong, your gold medal winner here at X Games Ventura. Let's go!
My first X Games appearance was back in 2011, and that's 13 years ago now. Got a gold medal then, and since then I think I'm up to 8 gold medals. I remember doing an interview when I was a kid, when I kind of just started to get into freestyle, and it said, where do you see yourself in 10 years? And I said, with 10 X Games gold medals.
Jackson Strong has done it!
As a kid, I always dreamed super big, and I think that's important for any kid. You know, you got to set your goals high and follow through with them. And looking back, it's a pretty proud moment to be, 13 years of X Games in, and had some great success over the years. Also had some really low moments as well. Plenty of events I've crashed out of, got broken off, and it's all part of it. It's been a massive journey.
There's the double. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
8 golds and 16 total. I think I didn't quite pull it off for the kid. All he cared about was gold. So better luck next time, buddy.
It's been awesome to watch Jacko really grow up in front of our eyes, Jimmy, and somebody who has pushed the limits of what is possible, the most decorated rider in the history of this discipline, but so much perspective over the last 14 years for him on this X Games stage.
It's crazy, too, to think back that all the way back in 2011, he took his first Best Trick gold with the front flip, and you saw that footage. It was such a crazy rotation, and nowadays he's got those things so dialed in. But then also Rob Adelberg, he's on that train as well with the front flips and the front flip combos. 18 total medals there. And then, of course, Taka Higashino, who has a special tie to this building. This was the building where he did his very first backflip inside this very Kyocera Dome. Yeah, back in 2005, 20 years ago, Taka told our head judge, Chuck Carruthers, that he spent close to $7,000 buying tickets for his family and friends in Osaka, who are, of course, excited to see him ride an X Games at home. So the fans have invaded the floor. A look at our competition format. We've got 5 riders, 2 runs each, and would you believe it, the best trick counts here in Moto X Best Trick. That's crazy about Ty. Yeah, $7,000. That's not 7,000 yen. That's 7,000 US. He bought over 200 tickets, including for his parents,
clarifying,
who have never seen him compete before. So this was a huge one for him.
Special full circle moment for Taka, but we kick things off with Benny Richards.
So Benny making his 4th X Games appearance here in Osaka in 2025. His best finish, best trick was 2023 in Ventura, where he had to settle for 6th place.
And here we go.
Going for the special flip, so a bar hop variation there. For Benny, you're basically feet over the bars, you're back flipping your body back into a double grab.
No problem with that for Benny Richards on his first run. You see Taka showing him some love.
Yeah,
And sorry, go ahead, Jimmy.
I would say he's got 2 freestyle finishes of 8th and 6th from 2021 and 2022. His first appearance back in 2021, we were at Axel Hodges' compound. It was an early morning contest, and right out of the gate, he got stacked up pretty good, so this one's a bit of redemption. Look at this. So the bar hop going over the bars, he backflips his body back, and watch where he grabs here. He ends up with both hands on the seat, and then back to the bars, no problem.
Yeah, the air awareness in that one's so important for him to get his eyes turned around the right way as he's able to do that, and a really nice score of 91 to kick things off here in Moto X Best Trick.
It's got to feel pretty good for old Benny Richards there, getting first guy to drop right out of the gate, and then you get that one out of the way immediately.
Genki Watanabe out of Osaka. His 11th X Games appearance. He's got 3 X Games silver medals, coming in Best Whip, last coming in 2021.
He's also got himself a spot speed style back in X Games Austin in 2015, where he finished in 8th place out there. He was the 2nd Japanese athlete to earn a medal in Moto X Games history, behind Taka Higashino.
And he lives full-time here in Osaka. So when we say hometown, we mean it. Here's Genki on his first attempt in Best Trick.
Got the flip levers up here. Let's see what Genki gonna do in round 1 with a
Oh
huge,
yeah,
huge KOD flip. That's why those flip levers came up once you get into the position in this trick there.
the extension was so clean, Jimmy.
See where the wrists are pressed up against those flip levers. Yeah, you said it. It's complete extension. This is going to be a great look at this right here. Just completely stretched out, looking back.
Put it on a poster. Watanabe. Fantastic first run, a score of 83.66 early in this contest, putting him into 2nd place.
I mean, you couldn't ask for any better extension on that trick than what you just saw out of Genki.
And the crowd volume will continue at a deafening level in here as Taka Higashino hits this course for the first time here today at X Games Osaka. Of course, the first Japanese Moto X competitor to earn an X Games medal. Oh my!
The rock solid indie flip. I can't. I mean, I'm doing the math in my head here. It's just hard for me to believe that it's been 19 years. I remember when Taka first came over to the United States, and it does not seem that that much time has elapsed, but yet here we are. And now he's doling out 200 tickets for his friends and family to come watch him here inside the dome.
Just absolutely perfect.
So a 3-in-1 combo here. You've got the flip, you've got the rock solid. You go back to the cutouts, grab, then let go, and then re-grab, and then in the indie, you're scissor kicking the legs on that one. So a 3-in-1 combo for Taka Higashino.
An 86.66 for Taka, good enough for 2nd place. So we turn our attention now to the next couple of riders who, as you said, have really traded off gold medal spots over the last few years. Jackson Strong
over the last 15 contested events here, it's basically been between these two. You got a Levi Sherwood win in there and a couple of wins by David Ronaldo. Comes Jackson with a front flip,
yes,
seat grab, Indy.
So right into the wall, wow.
Last year in this event, he was going for a front flip Superman Indy, and it was innovative for sure, but it wasn't the extension. It just didn't execute well. But here in 2025, there was no doubt.
Yeah, let's take another look, Jimmy.
Look at the way he tucks the head into the bars. Grabs with one hand.
Just such a tight window for margin of error, Jimmy, and he pulls it back perfectly.
I mean, you're on a 250-pound bike, and you're tucking yourself into a front flip, and then to grab the seat with one hand, take the feet off. The question now is, what do the judges think? And in last year's contest, it was a little rough to start for these guys. Oh, there you go, a 90. So that's going to put him behind Benny Richards right now.
Wow, so putting Jacko into second place. So it'll be very fascinating to see how he treats his second and final run, especially with Rob Adelberg getting ready for his first attempt.
Yeah, to finish my thought about last year, these guys, it was a nighttime event. They got pushed back because of rain, and then you had Harry Bink go down with a pretty scary crash before these guys were able to get out and compete, and it kind of took the wind out of the sails for most of the field. And then it just didn't work out.
It's been a few years, Jimmy, since these guys in Best Trick have been under a roof. I think they welcomed not having to battle.
Yeah, the rain
weather
over
out
here
here.
in Chiba for a couple of years definitely dealt some blows to this event. Oh my goodness, that is a new one out of Rob Adelberg. That is a front flip combination. That is a front flip Rodova.
Oh my goodness.
So you got the Cordova in a right side variation. You put the feet under the bars and you're just arching the back. So the Rodova, similar to that, but you're grabbing the seat with one hand. He just did that in a front flip.
We were hoping he would bust this out here at X Games, and he does it on his first try, Jimmy.
So here's what's crazy about this. You're in the rotation. He gets the legs under. He arches the back. But when you reach back with that hand, watch what this does with that right hand. Just watch how that, see where his body position was off, and it gave the back end of the bike a little bit of a waggle right there. But there was no hesitation by Rob Adelberg on that whatsoever. Just when you think that these two guys can't come to the party with another front flip combination, they do it time and time again, and Rob Adelberg did not disappoint here tonight in Osaka. And the fact that this has taken a while to come in, the judges are having a happy discussion, and there you go, Brando.
A 92.66 for Rob Adelberg, putting him back into familiar position in the top spot. You know, Jimmy, you hear rumblings heading into contest season that both these guys, Jacko and Rob, are working on variations of a front flip, and you start thinking to yourself, oh no, what else is possible here? And Rob Adelberg continues to break through that glass ceiling.
Yeah, both of these guys year in and year out continue to deliver. And don't forget, we've got to do this again next week in Salt Lake City. And both of these guys are talking about having possibly something new for that event just 7 days away.
So after one run, there you see Rob Adelberg, Benny Richards, and Jack O'Strong rounding out our top three. But lucky for you and I and everyone bearing witness, all of these riders getting one more attempt out here in Best Trick.
So I'm going to guess on the front flip seat grab Indy for Jacko, the fact that the legs weren't completely scissored out, that might have docked him a little bit. We'll see if he does that one again.
I like seeing R. Willie out there with Adelberg. He's helping tech the bike before his second run.
He's already got a gold medal out here tonight. He's out here trying to rally the cause for the rest of the Aussies. And Benny Richards got done what he needed to do in the first go-around and said, you know what, I'm just going to have some fun with this one.
Oh, I grabbed all my vertebrae on that one.
Give you a little lower lumbar pain watching that Australian extend himself like that?
That's flexibility defined. Take another look.
Just inverted. Put those feet towards the ceiling of the Kyocera Dome, the KOD. Bam! Look where the heels are.
You love to see it.
That is full scorpion. That'll make you want to call your chiropractor in the morning. Heels over the head, over the bars.
So
What a great
Benny
night for him.
Richards absolutely, undoubtedly will hold on to that first trick score and hopefully ride away with an X Games medal. So here's Janke sitting in 5th. Can he join the podium party?
He missed it by 1 spot last year when we were in Chiba. He had to settle for 4th. Usually see him in best whip, as I mentioned before. He's got that one speed and style appearance at his first X Games back in 2015 in Austin, but just missing the podium in best trick last year in Chiba. And decides to style it out. As I said, we usually see him in best whip. He decides to go with a whip combo there with the old flatliner. And why not get some high fives from the hometown fans while you're cruising by? You know, it's so awesome for him and Taka to be out here and do this in this venue and have all their friends and family cheering him on.
You know, it's incredible because obviously we've been in different parts of Japan over the last few years, notably Chiba. To be in Osaka where so many athletes, obviously 2 here in this field and as well as plenty of skateboarders that call Osaka home. And to see the community that's coming out here at day 1, that's special.
That was no ordinary flatliner. He threw a seat grab into that one as well. That trick is so crazy. It's like a whip, but you're off the bike and you're completely flat and paralleled out. He decided to throw a seat grab in there for good measure.
So Taka, who's just knocking on that podium doorstep in 4th place. Jacko right now clinging to that bronze medal position. A 90 is what he would have to best to jump up into the top 3. What does he do here on his final attempt?
Reaching for the grab there, going for the Cali roll. Another Taka signature, the body varial there, the Cali roll.
Such a fun trick. And again, grew up here in Osaka. His parents still live here. His parents out here along with his sister and nephew. First time getting to see him compete here at X Games. And it's pretty special. In the venue that really started it all for him 20 years ago.
For a lot of his friends that are here that he bought tickets for, these guys pooled together about $1,000 back in 2000, I believe it was 2007 when he first came over to the States, and they pooled that money together so he could get over here to jumpstart his career. So that was his way of helping to pay them back for believing in him back then.
It doesn't appear that Jacko is kidding up, so this might be it.
I was just thinking the same thing when he's just standing there without his helmet. So this could be, Brando, this could be the victory lap here for one Rob Adelberg.
And Rob Adelberg with this will officially add to his 18 medals. This is now number 19. And it's his 9th career X Games gold medal. You know, I'm thinking about the battles that we've seen year in, year out between Rob and Jacko. And this rivalry could become a team showdown when X Games League launches next summer.
So on that front, if you had a team in X Games League, which one of these guys would you draft? I'm going to get you to walk that plank.
Oh, man. You just can't go wrong. We've been talking about it throughout the skate events as well. I just don't think you can go wrong with either one. I mean, I've been a Jacko guy for so long, and he seems to shine brightest when the lights are the heaviest. But you can't ignore Rob Adelberg's resume, and he continues to add to it, Jimmy.
And just throwing this out there in that resume with these medals and best trick, 2 of those actually came in a snow bike as well.
He's an all-terrain vehicle.
2 of those for Jacko were in snow bike. Rob's got 2 as well. Rob's got 2 snow bike best trick gold medals. And now he's got himself another Moto X best trick gold medal.
Obviously, Jacko has the record with the 8 best trick golds, but this is now the 5th best trick gold for Rob Adelberg. So He'll continue to chip away at that. And our podium is set. Adelberg with the gold, Benny Richards earning silver, and Jacko Strong rounding out the top 3 with the bronze.
So Rob Adelberg with a brand new one. The Rodova front flip. I mean, again, look at when he reaches back to grab for that. Look at what that does to the body positioning right here. It just pits him off to one side and kind of causes the back end of the bike to move around a little bit, but it was no problem for Rob Adelberg as he puts that one down and rides away to yet another Moto X Best Trick gold medal, Brando.
And obviously Jackson Strong knew what Rob brought and what that score meant, and had a pretty deep understanding of, hey, is the risk worth the reward here on run number 2, especially, as you said, partner, X Games Salt Lake City just a week away.
Yeah, again, with rumors of definitely talking to some people, especially with Nicole over at X Games Research, Rob's got something brand new that he's kept very tight-lipped about what he's going to try to throw at Salt Lake City. Never count Jacko out either. That guy is constantly working on new things to bring to the party.
Those two continue to push each other, and by doing so, they're pushing the progression of this sport. Congratulations to all 5 of our riders here in Moto X Best Trick. But when it was all said and done, Rob Adelberg earning his 19th career X Games medal, his 9th gold. So a good showing for all 5 riders. And Rob Adelberg ends up with a gold medal. And, you know, we obviously talk so much about Jacko and Rob, but really kudos to Benny Richards. And ending up on the podium. His first ever X Games medal, and it's a silver. Splitting the difference between Jacko and Rob. That's pretty special.
Yeah, he had, as I said in comp, he had a rough go of it in 2021 at Axel Hodges' compound. It was an early morning comp that year. He got bounced pretty good, and then in 2022, had to settle for 6th in freestyle. Best trick in 2023, a 6th. So welcome to the podium, Benny Richards.
You know, Jimmy, we've obviously been doing this for a long time. I get glances here in the Kyocera Dome of these purple seats under the roof and the lights, and it takes me back to X Games Minneapolis many moons ago.
You missing the old U.S. Bank Stadium is what you're trying to tell me?
That was a great venue and a great host city, much like Osaka so far here at day 1. And the real fun is we're just getting started, Jimmy.
And we get to test out a new venue coming up here in a little less than a week when the X Games moves to Salt Lake City for the first time ever. And back to your point as well, X Games League. A lot of exciting things to come here in 2026. A team format.
Yeah, the XGL is going to be next level next summer in 2026. And we're so excited to see that come together. As we said, there will be a draft, there are teams. It's going to completely reinvent what you thought was possible in action sports.
So please welcome our presenter, Yasuji Iwasaki, Nippon Television.
So it's medal ceremony time.
President of Sports Department.
This has been a wonderful presentation for all of the disciplines that have gone on here on day 1 of X Games Osaka.
So, the bronze medalist.
We wrap up day 1 here
Jackson
with Moto X
Strong,
Best Trick.
Australia.
Jackson Strong getting announced as our bronze medalist. But still a ton more action tomorrow on day 2 of X Games Osaka in both the skateboard and BMX events.
That is actually Jackson's first bronze medal in this discipline.
Jackson!
He's got 12 total, 8 of them gold, 4 of them silver, but that's the first bronze.
That's wild to me. For a guy who's been doing it for 14 years, he looked at it. He had to double take. What do you even call this?
Ben Richards,
it's like, I don't have one of these. where do I put this?
And Benny Richards. It's good to be Benny here today at X Games Osaka, earning his first career X Games medal.
He's good friends with Jackson. He rides over his compound quite a bit. Also friends with Rob Adelberg as well. He lives pretty close to both of those guys, so not a bad couple of guys to know and have access to their compounds.
An Aussie podium sweep here at X Games Osaka. And of course, the gold medal goes to Rob Adelberg.
それでは金メダリストロブ・アデルバーグ選手にインタビューです。お気持ちを聞いてみましょう。
さあまたまた勝利となりましたロブ・アデルバーグ選手、ここ大阪での初めての金メダルどんな気持ちかお伺いしたいと思います。So again the victory for the Moto X best trick. Congratulations, and how you feel having the gold medal here in Osaka?
Yeah, it's good to come back to Japan and back up my best trick goal from last year. And that was a brand new trick. I did it pretty good, and I'm stoked to stand here with two of my friends from Australia. It feels really good.
またこうして日本に帰ってきてメダルを掲げることができて、そしてまたこのオーストラリアの仲間と一緒に表彰台に立ててとっても嬉しいですということでした。So again, congratulations for the another victory, Rob Adelberg.
ありがとう。
おめでとうございます。
So a 9th career X Games gold medal for Rob Adelberg. And as he said, defending his gold from Japan last summer, but certainly a new era here in Osaka. And these three really putting on a show. And it was just great, I think, after what we saw happen to Harry Bink last year, just to see all 5 riders land runs and ride away healthy is what you love to see. Well, congratulations to our entire field. That's going to do it for day 1 of X Games Osaka. Much more action coming tomorrow.